Sektorvarm alle vinduer og dører.
Nei.
Sektorvarm alle vinduer og dører sikret med sjokksensor. Skapt av boligalarm fra Sektorvarm. Hvor vil du dra?
Fridtjof Nansens vei 24, Oslo.
Henter veibeskrivelse til Fridtjof Nansens vei 24A, Oslo.
Nei, gutta! Det nå vi skulle 450 gram marinert kyllingfilet med smak av gyros eller rangsløk og pepper fra Solpenge til 89,90 per stykk. Eller sommerkoteletter fra Nordfjord til kun 99,90 per kilo fra hele Norges grillbutikk. Rema 1000. Alltid lave priser. Nei, nå vi skulle det, vet du! Når du hører denne episoden, så har kanskje stemmen min blitt bitte litt grann bedre, for det onsdag, Geir.
Ja, det vorspielet, langkjørings-vorspiel du hører på. Det hva vi skal snakke om på fredagens episode. Da har vi en dritbil, vi har ukas lytter med en overraskelse.
Ja, det jo det må dere høre på.
Vi har historie.
Det
Ja, det vet vi. Og vi har historietid. Vi hadde vel ukas lytter på forrige vorspiel, ja. Men det ikke sikkert vi skal ha i dag.
Nei,
vi helt sikre på det. Du har så vidt fått parkert de sandete skoa og solbrillene dine etter gatebil. Det var bra. Og vi hadde jo også med oss
representant fra Vann- og anleggsverk som skulle opp på hjem til middag.
Ja, og Sondre var med som første reis.
Ja.
Og han kom jo tilbake med store øyer, så store som tinntallerkener, og dette hadde han ikke vært borti før. Jeg har jo definitivt vært borti før. Ja, jeg har jo, nå begynner det å bli for meg nakken, for du har vært der omtrent like mye, men du har fortsatt litt lenger. Hva tenker du om sesongstarten som var nå?
Nei, det var rett og slett, det jo på Vålerbanen det begynner, når vårens vakreste eventyr brakk løs på Braskereidfoss, som jeg pleier å si. Og det var gatebiltreff, og her var alltid litt spennende å følge med på byen de dagene. Ja, før det treffet, ja, for han jo alfa Philip de Vega. Om vi kommer og snakker der.
Hvis dere hører at det litt sånn, ja, så for vi har Jaritos, og det egentlig lyst av Don Martin. De har satt ned på kjøkkenet her, så det gratis brus.
Ja, det var
Klarer ikke vi å gå forbi?
Nei, vi har drikket masse brus. Nei, altså gatebil i helgen som var. Sondre produsenten vår så kjent gatebiljomfru. Og jeg plukket opp han i Oslo. Og
Det et ukjent fenomen, gatebiljomfru. Det ikke mange av der.
Nei, det mer sjelden enn tenner. Men og vi plukket opp en veldig søt gatebil. Så det ikke så veldig rart at gatebil ble søte. Men vi hadde aldri mot henne før. En Sienz Gente som var med oss opp til Våler i forrige uke.
Ja.
Vi kommer oppover dit. Har jo en ordentlig
Det
vorspiel.
sånn kåring og sånn som gatebilbabe?
Nei, det var ikke det. Var ikke noe juletreff blir litt mer der. Men de som var nå, de var mest. De har gjennommelding, de har litt mingling, de flaggdamer. De rett og slett de det ikke noe bilhjem og være sånn flaggdame der oppe. Ja. Kom opp dit, da jo sånn, vi var jo der torsdag sent, torsdag kveld. Og da jo alle klare, Geir, for de skal jo tross alt inn klokka 08:00 opp på morgenen på fredag. Og da jo over, det blir ikke så innmari mye fest på den torsdagen, for da skal jo folk kjøre om morgenen. Men da det liksom den der stemningen når vi kommer opp dit og møte alle, som du kanskje bare har snakket om på internett i 7-8 måneder, siden forrige treff på Mantorp eller på Rudskogen. Mange jo bor langt unna, det ser vi jo bare når det gatebil. Kommer opp dit, får den stemningen inn, og det jo sånn blå himmel med, etter at sola har gått på, sånn knallkrispig kveld. Og da begynner man å skjønne, tegna seg og tegna hva som kommer den helgen, hvis det været holder seg. Vi klinte til.
Værmelding for i dag.
Det ser ut til at det ventes regn i dag. Høyeste temperatur blir 16 grader og laveste blir 13.
Det holder seg. Vi klinte til fredagsmorgen med begynner jo selvfølgelig med driftgutta som kjører probiler. Det jo det som tar hardest, og det klør mest i fingrene Vi har Gunnar Hanstvedt, som er den andre raringen med karbonhjelmen, de er jo et trespann som er der oppe, og for en gjeng å jobbe med. Det er helt sinnssykt det som vi får til der oppe, altså. Så Jan Gunnar og Joakim, ingen av oss hadde vært der vi er uten hverandre. Så det
Men nå er det, og så er det jo det store juletreffet på Rudskogen.
Ifly-festivalen,
Ja.
som det heter nå, der blir det sånt vær, jeg vet ikke hvor det skal ende. Det kommer til å ta helt sinnssykt, og det er bare å få
residual effects of the slightly, and when I say slightly, I don't mean like very, very gradual, but there's a gradual degeneration of orbit on this planet. So it is, it's actually falling kind of further and further out of orbit from the sun. There was some kind of celestial disaster, likely an asteroid or something, that has knocked it slightly off its orbit. So it would seem that Galen's prime concern was protecting the beauty of this planet.
Fuck, I need to go to the right.
Even as Crestwood kind of fell into different climate patterns. Now, as with Galen's glory, notwithstanding this, or sorry, Premiere, too much about the Curse Stride controversy on that, just in my head. The sphere here was built much larger and kind of built to protect against eventual climate damage. However, you also get the sense that this was a bit of a flight of fancy. The colony was much more important. So it seems Galen lent his assistance to building the dome, but then it was left in the hands of Administratum Tremaine. Now, you wouldn't have the execution record that I opened the show with, because they wouldn't upload that to general servers. But it would seem that Tremaine was viewed as a visionary, and was specifically dispatched to Tren in order to essentially find a way to make this nature preserve profitable. The finances of the Imperium are very, very strange and vary, as we talked about a bit last time, from sector to sector. But in this case, given that Galen's glory was supposed to kind of become the ultimate space colony, there was a lot of expectation that this would be a way to essentially finance it and the other domes that he'd set up on other planets in the sector. We're going to say that this system has, there were plans in place to eventually rename it in Galen's honor, but given the kind of collective failure, as well as the various incidents that distracted Imperial attention away, it is currently just labeled we'll say System BA3. Okie dokie, can I figure out where we are relative to the spaceport?
Fotobox längre framme.
Can I figure out where we are relative to the spaceport? So, it would seem that part of the plan was to make use of the planet itself as kind of part of the experience, so you can kind of
Fotobox längre framme.
part of the experience, so you can kind of see whatever state the planet is in currently on your trip from the spaceport to the preserve. The spaceport seems to be sort of across the dome, or at least the dome footprint from where you are about to land. So you can definitely get kind of like an X you can put on your map. It is a considerable distance away. But the good news is that because this was a nature preserve, there do seem to be a lot of indications that there will be vehicles. You're not sure what state they'll be in, but there are a lot of like covered jeeps and sort of like glass-topped vehicles that should be around. Very much think in terms of like vehicles you can expect, like kind of a mix of like African Lion Safari and Jurassic Park, like the kinds of vehicles you would want to be able to see all the sights and sounds around you that are also likely protected enough to survive the elements and any local xenos. Protect visitors from what's outside. Cool. So with the wind whipping around the cockpit, the ship smashes through a canopy, jostling all of you in your crash webbing, bounces off a couple trees before impacting kind of with a big puff of snow into a bank of kind of a snowbank against some very brittle, those massive like oh Jesus, what's the name of these trees? Fronds? Palms? Anyway, think like just those like massive leaves that are in cool jungle environments. Cool.
Like ferns, etc.
Yeah. But that all seem to be kind of like vaguely withered and possibly dead under the snow cover. So like in a weird state where the structure of them is still there, but you're not actually sure if the foliage is alive or not. Is that the general state of
20
the
minutes left
foliage kind of as far as we can
to my
see?
destination.
Yeah, so basically, the best way to think about this is literally if you dumped a full load of snow on the jungle, but if that had happened over time. So from looking around, you are in kind of deep jungle foliage. There's less snow down here because the canopy took a lot of it, but it would seem that as the planet got further and further from the sun, that it has slowly started to freeze over, and the moisture in the atmosphere has ceased to be kind of that jungle haze and has instead become kind of a permanent, if light, snowstorm. So it's very fluffy snow. It's not like heavy packed stuff. It's almost powder, but certainly ever present.
Okay, so it's also cold here. Even in the jungle, it is cold.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
All right, friends, do you have any survival gear anywhere inside this shuttle? Oftentimes they're ready for things to perhaps go down, and I don't know if any survived in this island area.
Can I cycle through Emperor's Hope Systems for any kind of crash preparedness kit in the cockpit? Helm?
Yeah, totally. So go ahead, Tyler. I'm just trying to pull up a character sheet here because my skills are not the
Tech
same as
use,
your
Tom? Is that what you're looking for, I imagine?
Yeah, that is what I want. Thank you. Yeah. So, Tyler, this is going to be just a 1 purple, because if this thing isn't built by idiots, which I think we can kind of like roughly assume, it's not like you hide the fucking med kit. Yeah, it's like, oh, in an emergency, I really want them to have to investigate the clues. It's not like Umbrella Corporation built this and you have to use a weird butterfly key you find in 2 separate spaces to open the medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
So
one normal stuff.
Yeah, normal pharmaceutical company stuff. So yeah, 1 purple. I'm going to give you a blue from Acri helping.
Okay.
And I'll give you another blue from just being interfaced with the systems.
Oh, yeah, I think that might be implicit in one of these things.
Oh, okay.
Yes, your MIU gives you that. Tom, I think, just built it in advance.
Plus 2.
Really nice guy.
Ooh, so there we go. Okay. Holy shit. 5 successes, 3 advantages, 1 triumph.
Acri's like, well, I'm glad you asked. Here's a bunch of parkas. Fuck, man, that is a very, very good roll. Okay, so yeah, I'll say that there's some definitely like some thermal suits, more built for a breach in the deck than anything else. So you kind of have to like, I think we'll say the best way to think of this is like, I think of this as like a wetsuit,
Spacesuit kind of thing? Okay.
Well, no, like a wetsuit, so very tight to the skin, and with like a hood that comes up and has like the full scuba hood, and then you would clamp a hood, like a helmet over it for like a face mask. Again, I think based on the kind of ship this is, it doesn't make sense for it to have like full spacesuits, but it does have things that would help you survive the vacuum and the cold if there was a hull breach. And
Yeah, okay.
luckily, because they have enough of these, like you're in the command deck, so there's enough for the crew, less so for the passengers. The helmets likely won't do much good for you out here, because they're built for kind of inside the cockpit. They might do more harm than good, but the suits will definitely help keep your bodies warm. So we'll say that the suit will add, fuck Tyler, you rolled really well. So let's say 2 blue to survival checks against the elements. And you can put it on under your existing gear, so you can still look like badasses. You just know that you're thermally warm.
Okay. Mine will go over because I'm wearing a pretty tight-fitting gear already.
Okay, sure. Yep.
I'm
Whatever
wearing,
you want.
I think it's literally called a body glove. Yeah, so.
Cool. I mean, ultimately,
It will go under for the Inquisitor. I think he just
Yeah.
starts stripping
It's-
immediately. There's no pride to him. The thing that I think, because I'm imagining Lyric would pay attention, probably too. Not some like hot bod, but just like
Hey,
what's
no.
under the coat.
what do I need to kill if this goes bad?
Yeah. When is
Actually, she would 100% be gathering a lot of information. So when she
Sexy
needs to
intel.
betray you, she
Yeah,
can-
so he's like lankier than you would expect when you see like the armor and the coat come off, and you realize that kind of broadened him out. Like in the uniform, he looks more imposing than he does out of it. He's also like covered in scars. Like it looks like he would like almost, if you had to guess, probably like a mine exploded and it's just individual fragments of like shrapnel. But from like, if you're imagining the pattern, it's upper shoulder on the left side down across the torso kind of thing, front and back. And when he takes off his carapace like chest plate, he actually has like a small modified blast pistol inside a concealed holster that's at like the small of his back under that. That he like tucks back in afterwards. It's completely invisible otherwise, and I imagine Lyric would know looking at it that it's very consciously designed to get past detection. So if he were to hand away his pistol and his chainsword, odds of someone finding it would be very low if they searched him. And then he just like dresses up again. He's got no real interest in this. And then while you guys are getting dressed, he'd probably also just like do a quick program on Eugene. Pursuant to our deal earlier.
Right.
And I will, Lyric, I don't know if I explained earlier, but I do have a mesh cloak. I had it with me, but I just wasn't like using it to cover me, so I will definitely put that over me, wear it around a little suit, and it does have a chameleon coating, so it will be blending in. It allows me to kind of like camouflage. It kind of blends in with the surroundings a bit.
Say so. On a scale of chainmail to fabric, how fine is the mesh? Do you picture?
It is fabric. Like it is very, very thin. It's because it's mesh. Like it's designed like on impact, like harden, kind of. So
like Batman cape from Nolan.
Yeah,
kind of deal?
yeah, and it's kind of made of like all these like basically tiny little fabric-y links, but that are like metallic-y mesh.
So in a D&D terms, would this be like an iron silk kind of coat?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Cool. And in terms of your stealth ability, I assume it's not like a full cloak of invisibility. It's more like, if I may borrow a Metal Gear term, octo camo, where it's like, oh, this is like green, like, oh, it's trees. I can duck amongst the trees, and it will reflect enough of that it seems like I'm seeable. I'm not invisible, but it's
exactly. It's like it's like if I was in like if I'm in like a busy environment, if you were to like pass your eyes over me, you probably wouldn't see.
Right.
You know, like easy background. Mechanically, it like adds 2 advantage to my stealth checks, and like adds 2 challenge to perception checks against me.
Okay.
If you're looking for other Chameleon Line references, Tom, I don't know if you've read any of the Tanith novels.
Gaunt's Ghosts?
Yeah, Gaunt's Ghosts.
Yes.
Their cloaks are Chameleon Line cloaks, so it just picks up the colors around them so that they blend into whatever the environment
cool.
is.
Okay, good. That is what I was thinking. I was mostly looking for non 40K references for non 40K fans. So I went for the most universally watched game of all time, Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yes, beloved video game.
Yeah.
Or
Fotobox längre framme.
Yes, beloved video game.
Yeah.
Or the simplest reference, it's like a chameleon.
Whoa. So wait, it gives her
Hang on a second.
All of our versions of that are fun. Okay, great. So now
It's like a flawed, it's like a janky invisibility cloak.
I like that.
Think of it.
Yeah, it's before
That
you
makes
put
sense.
skill points into it.
Yeah.
All right, friends. So we've got into our gear. I have Eugene here. I changed something. So here's the deal. I need Eugene for a number of inquisitorial functions. However, we have made our agreement. He has begun recording, and the command now is, Lyric, if you say the Inquisitor has betrayed us, and then a word of your choosing now, please choose a word that you would say very rarely, then he will revert to your command. Alto will give you your own, shall we say, safe word, because who knows, you may actually need to pretend I betray you at some point for the purpose of a ruse, so we add a word to make sure that I'm apparently actually doing it, and it's not an accident. So, words of choice, friends. You can add them in.
word wouldn't I use?
Cuddly.
I'm sorry. All right, so we'll add cuddly for Alto. So Alto, you can say the Inquisitor has
Oh, no,
betrayed us.
I like cuddly stuff. Just saying, like, Lyric definitely would not use the word cuddly. Yeah.
All right, so
You're right, Alto, I wouldn't.
the Inquisitor has betrayed us. Cuddly. We'll put Eugene under Lyric's control. And in terms of you, Alto, what would you like your safe word to be?
It's the triggering phrase is the Inquisitor has betrayed us, blank.
And then a word, yes.
So this word could be used out of context, and we don't need to worry about Eugene going haywire or anything.
No,
like
no,
that.
no. It requires the full statement.
Okay. I'll just say red light. Yeah, red light.
Okay, that's good. Now, the nice thing about this system is you could both actually write those words down, and it won't be the full trigger phrase, so it won't give anything away.